Good morning, everybody. Forex market. Welcome back. Thursday morning today, 31st of December, right before we move into the new year, 2021, after a challenging year of 2020. I'm pretty sure I can say that. I mean, it's probably an understatement. But basically, we're breaking in here, with the Euro-Canadian, with what seems to be a breakdown. We think there's going to be a breakdown here of 56.63, right? We think this is happening right now as we speak. You can see prices pressing, right? And I want to show you why we believe this might be a new downside move that's going to take us back to the area of 55 and possibly even below, possibly even lower than that. The 200-day moving average, you can see it here running across 54.50, and potentially we can go all the way to 53.53. So that's quite of a move, right? I mean, we've been already at 53.53. Price already been engaging with that level before, so it's possible. But what we really want to see, guys, is two things. First, we want to see price closing the day today below 50.63. That's very important, right? Because we can see in the last couple of days, well, 3 days actually, price was already trying to cross below that level and it failed every single time, right? But this time, guys, I think it's different. Now we're willing to pull the trigger, getting in very, small, just test the water, so to speak, because we want to have that breakdown happening before we actually commit to a big size position. I want to show you the weekly. I mean, before I move to the weekly chart, let's just talk a little bit about the setup, the formation, right? This is what we're tracking. 1, 2, 3, you see, all the way down and then up. It's been validated time and time again. Take a look here. And of course, I've just talked about this one and also here. Right, so I'm pretty sure the key level system is valid. It's super valid. Now I want to show you how it looks like from the weekly perspective. It's quite interesting to see how price last week spiked the hell out of that 56.63 and managed to close the week, right? Managed to close the week below 56.63. Just imagine, it was at some point it was at 57.83, way above that level, but it ended up on the negative note and below that level. So that's a very strong sign to begin with. But what happened ever since, that closing bar last week? Price jumped over that 56. Let me zoom in so you can see exactly what happened. Just think about it. It ended up here. That's where it closed the week. And then it jumped, it gapped up right across 56.63. How suspicious is that, right? That's very weird. Now, what we think is happening, and that's usually what happens, in 70-75% of the time, we think this is a common gap. So common gaps are usually closed. They get closed out, and then we get a downside reversal, actually. And that's what we think is going on here. That's what we think is cooking up here. Price is going to end up this week as well below 56.63, but it at that point we're pretty sure it's going to come off and go straight to the lower section, 55, as I've mentioned, all the way to 53.50. All right, so that's pretty much the story we have for you, Euro-Canadian. We're pulling the trigger right after this video and initiating a short position, and we'll come back next week to follow up on the situation. That's about that, Euro-Canadian. We'll be back with the next one. Take care.